Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee. Hi, how are you? I gotta be honest, y'all. I'm kind of depressed. I'm in a funky mood these days. Partly because there has been no sun for weeks. I feel like it has, especially here in Texas, that's unusual. Usually we have at least a sunny day or something, but lately it's just been so dreary and so, it's been cold, it's been dreary, it's been rainy. It's like, so depressing. I don't even know if you can tell by the light, like my window's open and it's even dreary in here. So I'm just kind of like, in that mood, you know? I don't know if any of you guys get like that. So today I'm just going to do a simple page. I just really wanted to get in the word. And since I'm feeling, I found this napkin that brings me to my happy place. My happy place is beach, the ocean, sun, y'all, sun. Where's the sun? So I saw this napkin and it just kind of lifted my spirits a little bit. And I was like, okay, I need to use that today. So we're going to do a simple page with some napkin and this printable. I just got this off Google. I think Google free clip art. I had it in one of my folders. My printer printed out lines in it, so I just kind of colored them in with colored pencil. I need to get some more ink for my printer. I'm just, being lazy these days. And I've just been in the house alone a lot. My husband travels a lot, so I've been home alone. And I've been getting kind of lonely. So, yeah, this page is just something for me to kind of get myself in a happier place right now. I've been, dealing with medical stuff. I've been lonely. It's been dreary. It's just, all of it. So today we're going to be in Psalm, and hopefully this will pick me up. The first Psalm, I'm actually going to be focusing on Psalm 61 and 62, and maybe a little bit of 63. I mean, this whole page has so much in it. But the first Psalm is called Lead Me to the Rock. And I feel, again, lately I've been drifting away, or I've been kind of angry with God, and I've been not as gung-ho for God as I usually am, and not as excited to get in the Word as I usually am. So I'm really trying to push myself. I need to push myself to do this sometimes. And I hate that feeling, but I'm being honest. And so this psalm says, "Hear my cry, O God, listen to my prayer. From the end of the earth I call to you when my heart is faint. Whew. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the enemy. Let me dwell in your tent forever. Let me take refuge under the shelter of your wings. For you, O God, have heard my vows. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. Prolong the life of the king. May his years endure to all generations. May he be enthroned forever before God. Anoint steadfast love and faithfulness to watch over him. So will I ever sing praises to your name as I perform my vows day after day." So my call to the Lord is, listen to my prayer. I'm calling to you. Lead me to you, Lord. Draw me to you harder and faster and with more fervency, because I need it right now. And then this psalm says, "My soul waits for God alone." So Psalm 62 is talking about how my soul is waiting. And remember I told you in the last video that I think I'm kind of in a waiting period because I am fighting a lot of health issues, and I've been in the house a lot. My husband travels a lot, so he's gone a lot. So I'm just kind of home by myself a lot lately. And I feel like I'm in kind of like a limbo phase and a waiting period, and God has me silent for a while. And that's kind of what this one is referring to. It says, "For God alone my soul waits in silence. From him comes my salvation. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be greatly shaken." And I feel like I'm being shaken right now. And then it goes on to say, "How long will all of you attack a man to batter him, like a leaning wall, a towering fence?" I feel like I'm being battered right now. "They only plan to thrust him down from his high position. They take pleasure in falsehood. They bless with their mouths, but inwardly they curse." I find that a lot with people talking behind your back or whatever. But really my situation is I feel like I'm being attacked by all these unforeseen things that I can't control whatsoever. It's not I'm being attacked by people, but I feel like I am being attacked in other ways. And then it goes on. So it says again, "For God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. It only is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be shaken. On God rests my salvation and my glory. My mighty rock, my refuge is God." Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. And it goes on. It says, those of low estate are but a breath. Remember, we talked about how our lives are passing us by so fast. And it just goes on. So, oh gosh, there's just so much in here. But when the Bible mentions something twice, so you have these verses coming up twice or more. And when God repeats something, you know it's important. So go on and read these Psalms, Psalm 61, 62, and even 63. It says, my soul thirsts for you. It says, oh God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. Oh, yes, my soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you as in a dry and weary land where there is no water. And that's where I feel like I am right now. I'm in this dry, deserty, weary land. So I've looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and glory. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. So I will bless you as long as I live. In your name I will lift up my hands. My soul will be satisfied as with fat and rich food, and my mouth will praise you with joyful lips. When I remember you upon my bed and meditate on you in the watches of the night, for you have been my help. And in the shadow of your wings I will sing for joy. My soul clings to you, your right hand upholds me. Did you notice here that wings are mentioned many times in the Bible, but just here in these two Psalms, wings are mentioned. A lot of people will journal these pages with, under the shadow of his wings, I take refuge. And I think I've done that in previous Bibles, journal Bibles, but this one I'm going to just talk about how my soul waits in silence. And I'm going to use napkin decoupage. So let's get crafting, y'all. I just need to get in the vibe, the mood, all of that. So I am actually going to use this napkin for pretty much the whole page right here. So I'm checking to see where it ends. It ends right about here. And then I'm going to just use some water here with my brush and just this is how I'm going to cut the page. I don't want these birds upside down right there, so that's why I went around them. We'll just kind of go down the page here. And look at that. Just like that, I have a whole page of picture. Easy peasy. So let's just decoupage this on. I just grabbed some gesso. This is almost gone, and so I'm going to use my water. I'll put it on my brush here. And actually, I'm going to lift because I'm going to get these all messed up. So what I'm going to do is go from the bottom to the top. So I did not gesso or prep my page at all because I knew I'd be doing this. This is going to do it for me. So I'm just getting my brush all wet, and just smearing this on haphazardly. Doesn't really matter. You're not going to see it anyways. Okay, let me get some more gesso. And then I'm going to start with my napkin down here at the bottom. And I'm doing laundry in the background. So if you hear any clicking and stuff, that's my dryer going on. Trying to, multitask. And my nose is running because of this cold weather. Oh. But yeah, I don't know if any of you are kind of feeling the same way I am. When I lived in Chicago, I would feel this way a lot because I really do need sun. I am like a lizard. I just like to sit outside and soak up the sun. Lizard or a snake or some kind of reptile. I like to just go out there and just, even sit out there and read or suntan a little bit or something. But I need sun. I got that, maybe it's called that SAD thing. I've never been diagnosed with it, but I think I probably could say safely that, yes, I do need my sun. Otherwise, I start getting a little bit depressed and bummed out, and I'm like, oh, where's my sun? And it's probably, I know you're all gonna be like, it's bad for you to sit out in the sun. And I know, y'all, I know, but it's bad for my skin, but it's good for my health, I guess. It's good for my sanity. So, and I do have, my skin is always pretty tan and olive just because I was born with good skin, I guess. And I haven't had any problems with the sun. And I don't burn, so I'm usually out there and, But, yeah, I do need the sun for, my personal sanity. So, yeah, it's been rainy and, miserable the last few days. And so it's kind of been wearing on me. And again, my husband's been out of town so much, and I've just been around the house lonely by myself. I'm trying to keep myself busy, but I really can't do much again either. I can't even really go to the gym or anything because of my back and hip and everything else that's been going wrong. It really hurts. So I'm trying to do what I can do, stretches and things like that, to keep myself, in decent health, I guess, while I'm waiting for my prognosis. So I do go into the doctor next week for my consultation to find out exactly what I'm going to have to do. If it's going to need some major surgery, or if they can do something a little less non-invasive, hopefully. That's what my prayer is. So because of my Achilles, I'll let y'all in on what's going on. Because of my Achilles, I was walking in that really tall boot for 5 to 6 months. It was like a 3-inch boot. Like the boot was, I was, like in heels for 3 to 6 months with my right foot, because that was my Achilles foot. And because of that, they said it might cause some hip issues later on. Well, sure enough, it's causing hip issues, which is causing back issues. I have a lot of cartilage built up in my hip, a torn ligament, and some bone spurs, I guess, formed because it was like favoring my hip or something. It was, a lot of cartilage that kind of broke off and made bone spurs or something like that. And something called like a snapping hip syndrome or something. I don't even know. So anyway, so they're saying they have to go in and clean out the bone spurs and the cartilage and, make sure that the tear in my ligament does not get worse and all that. Well, all that to say, it's causing my back to hurt because it's favoring, all my back muscles are tightening up because it's favoring my hip. So once I hopefully get my hip done, my back issues will go away because, it won't have to favor anymore. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I want to cut this part out to just kind of, I guess we'll do the shoes. And we'll do some this, I guess. We'll see how that goes. I don't want that bucket in there. I just wanted to carry this over onto the other page. I like to do that, y'all know. I'll carry over the theme to the other page. This is a good way to put some other color on your page. I'm going to let that hang on. Well, let's just tear that off. We'll make it easy. I'll just go like this. Tear this off. But look at that. I already got a picture on my page. Didn't have to draw anything. So a lot of people say, oh my gosh, I'm not an artist. You don't have to be an artist. You can glue, you can collage, you can do napkins. I love doing napkins because it's just such an easy, fun way to get an image on your page with no artistic talent whatsoever. And then you can always add to it if you want, or just leave it. I've had a lot of friends who all they did in their Bible for their journal was use napkins. It's a great way. And then they just sit here and glue and gesso or whatever they do, and just pick what they feel represents what they're feeling when they read their scripture verse from their napkins. And then they got these beautiful images in their Bible without any drawing or gluing or painting or anything, just doing napkin decoupage. So I've done, I think you've all have seen me start. I've started, if you watched me way back when, I started a dictionary with all napkins. So one of the ladies in one of my napkin Facebook page groups or whatever started doing it in a dictionary. She did let me see if I can. No, I don't have it with me. I was gonna say I can grab it. It's a dictionary, and so if there were words on the dictionary like flowers or whatever, she would decoupage napkins over the dictionary page, kind of like this, and she did the whole dictionary, and it was gorgeous. It was just pretty. It was really cool. It was a fun thing to do. So I started one. Again, another project started. I started one, and I got a bunch done in it, but yeah, nowhere near the whole dictionary. But it was fun, and maybe one day I'll go back to it and add more. But right now I'm kind of busy doing a bunch of other stuff that I got to focus on. I started that collage book as well. I started that little art book, like a mixed media art book. And again, I haven't done anything in them in so long. I feel like I'm just slacking all over the place, but can only do so much. Can only do so much. So I want to add these birds here up at the top. And let me think. I think I want to, let me say, can I flip them? Not really. They're all going the same way. So we'll just go like this. Go like that. And I can use this for something else. That's a pretty picture too. And then I got all this too that I can use. It's huge. Swallowed wrong. For something else. So I'll put that to the side. So we want these little birds to kind of continue on over here. Oops, I'm getting a napkin. Smeared on. And if you use like light napkins like this, you don't have to worry about covering the words because you will be able to see the words through the napkin if you go over it. Let's make sure that's on the page. I'm just switching between water and my gesso to water it down because you just want to get it down. Then I'm going to go back over the edges. So now when you go over the edges at the top, see, it's going to make your napkin a little bit more translucent. Now, if this was a dark picture, you might not want to go over the words here because it might cover them to the point where you can't read them. But if it's a light napkin with light colors like this, you definitely can go over words. And I want to get rid of that crease in there. And I tore it a little bit, but no biggie. I'm just going to leave it. You can always like piece the napkin back together. But do you see? You can read these words. Oops, I'm tearing it even more. Stick it back. I like the little texture that the napkin leaves. Okay, so before I can do anything else, we need to dry this. Oh, I always have a problem with this gesso and the threads. Oh, we'll just stick it on there like that. Okay, so let's dry this real quick, please. Yeah, this is already bringing me into my happy place. The beach. I mean, can you just hear the birds calling, the seagulls, and hear the ocean in the background, the waves hitting the shore. Yeah, if I could ever pick where to go for vacation, it almost always will be someplace warm and tropical on a beach somewhere. I hardly ever go, let's go to Colorado and go skiing or something. Yeah, I'm like, no. It's always, let's go to the beach somewhere so I can just lay out on the beach, have my pina colada, sit out there, soak up the sun, and just be lazy all day. But back in the day, if there was volleyball, sand volleyball, I'd always be playing volleyball until my Achilles burst. Not so much anymore. Okay, whenever I do decoupage, for those who haven't seen me or you're new, I always go to the back of the page. You can see how it's damp in the back. When you dry the back, it helps dry it even faster. So you're getting it from both sides. This helps with the drying process. So I'm going to do this one. So you can see these damp spots. So then I'll focus on the damper spots. And it really does. And hold the page up so the air can kind of go through the page. And it really does dry a lot quicker. And do the same thing. This little piece that's kind of floating around there. We'll tear that off. Okay, so what I was going to do, and I'm not thinking I need it. I brought my watercolors out because I was going to extend the picture. And, you know, like do some watercoloring, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm looking at this now and I like the way it looks. So we're going to scrap the watercolor idea. But if you want to add more, you can add watercolor or splatters or whatever to your page. I was thinking splatters because of the water splattering, but I'm liking this. I think I'm just going to go very, very simple today. Very simple. And now she is going to kind of go right here. And I know you're probably all like, she does not fit in that picture. No, she does not. But when I'm still for the Lord and I'm thinking about the Lord, sometimes my mind drifts to like my happy places and different things. And so I kind of like this. It's kind of like her mind drifting to this place, or even maybe she's here in the foreground and she's walking towards, you know, her favorite spot on the beach. I like that. So we're going to just glue her in. So I fussy cut her out already ahead of time, as you can see, just because, you know, it's boring to watch me cut. And I like to take my time and just go slow. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more glue on because she's going to be sticking to this napkin. I'm going to try to get her really glued on here. And this way she's going to cover like this other bag because it's just a repeat picture. So it can look like there's like 2 chairs out here, but and let's put her down. I'm going to cover that bag just a tad. So there we go. Okay. And then I am going to add just the title here. And I have these simply stated alphabets. I have a bunch of these. I got these from a garage sale at some point. And, you know, you got these like rub-on letters. So I am just going to put my soul waits. So we are going to cut some of these out and then rub them on. And I'm hoping they're going to rub on well onto this napkin. So we shall see. It'll be a test. Another trial and error on camera. Y'all see all my mistakes on camera all the time. It's okay. I don't care. Let's cut out this Y. So you can see my struggles. You know, not everything goes well all the time. Oh, where's the S? So yeah, I should have cut these out ahead of time too, but I did not. I'm going to do a capital S here. I'll do capitals for all the first words. Okay, and I don't think I have an O, so we're going to have to jerry-rig one of these things, I think. Okay, let's see. Yep, no, my O's. Oh, I got a large O, but not a small O. So I have a lot of these little B's. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this little tail off the B here and turn that into an O. I mean, it kind of looks like it. Where did that piece go, y'all? Oh, there it is. It kind of looks like an O. Okay, U. U and then an L. JKL. But if any of you are feeling lonely or just blah, I'm with ya. I am with ya. It's hard finding girlfriends. I have a hard time finding girlfriends who, not even just girlfriend. Where did that L go? I'm losing all my letters. Because my schedule, I work from home. I write and do all that. Okay, what am I writing? My soul waits. W. So it's hard to find girlfriends or ladies or whatever who can go out like maybe during the day for lunch or something, because a lot of my friends work or what have you, just schedule wise, or they have kids or whatever it may be. So it's hard to find somebody with the same schedule Okay, do I have any A's? No, I do not. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing with this B. Wait, let me think. Yeah, that would work, wouldn't it? This time I kept a little bit of the tail, and that looks like an A. I'm jerry-rigging all these things. That's what you can do with these. So if you feel like, oh, I don't have all the letters or whatever, you can kind of make your own letters with some of these. Just like chop off a piece or something. I'm wondering if I have a T in here. I got a capital T. So let's see, which letter, which one of these can I make a T with? Say big. Oh, let's use the F. We'll just chop off the top right there. That looks like a T. And then I need another S. I had S's, right? Right? Yep. Oops. Okay. First part done. So let's see if this is gonna, so I think I'm gonna put, let's see, my S-O-U-L. Wait, it's like right there. So we'll start with one. Okay, please cross your fingers. Hope it works on this. Oh, no, I did it the wrong way. Okay. We'll flip it around and I'm going to add. So when you're going to scratch these off, make sure you do it the right way. See, another mistake. No worries. Come on, stay on. There we go. So now I need to fix. Let's use some letter that I hardly ever use, and I can just kind of piece it off. We'll use the W. Make sure you have your pieces the right way. Let's see, where would this, we'll just add that little, oh, are you kidding me? Did it again. Why am I looking at these wrong? And then we'll just add a little piece right there to cover that little spot. And there is my M. All that for an M. Okay. My, oh my. It seems to be sticking to the napkin pretty well. So, hey, no problems there. My. They're actually coming off very easy, so that's a good thing. Now, how do we want to put this O or B or whatever this was? Does that look like more like an O? I'm just going to kind of put it on an angle so it looked like that's like a little... Oh, no. Y'all. Are you kidding me? Okay, where did it go? Okay, here we go. It's attached to my table. Oh, my gosh. Y'all, stop laughing. Stop laughing at me. There we go. I'm having issues. Is that a U? That's a U. So I probably had it the wrong way. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. The tweezers would probably help because my fingers are just too big. My soul waits. I'm just going to do it on an angle here, I guess. What do we think? Or we can do my soul waits. No. I'll just do it on an angle. W. Oh, I hope this will work the right way. There we go. That really does look like an A. And this looks like a T, but it was an F. So yeah, don't ever think like, oh, I'm missing a letter or whatever, I can't use these. You can just get a letter, form a letter on your own with like whatever the leftovers you have. You can do the same thing with stickers and such. Nice little weights. I like that. Nice little weights. And then let's see, today's date. I'm actually gonna make a bow. So I'm gonna show you guys how I make a bow. What is today's date? February 2nd. So what's February? January, February, month 2. I should, month 2. Okay. Oh, February 2nd. So it's 2-2. I'm going to need 2 2s. Ooh, 2-2, 23. Woo, I'm using all my 2s up. That's what I get. Might as well use these for my date too. 2023, y'all. Oh, can you believe that? I cannot. Where has the time gone? I remember back in school, they'd be like, what do you think the year 2020 will look like? Or the year 2000 will look like? And we were like, flying cars and all this. And let's see if I put one on her. Oh, one like right there. 23, right about there. Then I'll put little dots in between. Okay. Yeah, man, never in my wildest dreams did I think of 2023. Whew. I mean, I guess if I sat down and logically thought about it, I'd be like, well, I'm only going to be this age in 2023, you know? But, you know, when you're young, you're like, oh my gosh, that's ancient. I guess I'm ancient now. So sad. Or I'll see actors on TV that I grew up with. Like, for instance, my friend and I were talking about, like, the people from Friends, the actors from Friends. I always picture them, how they look like on Friends, because Friends was, like, one of my favorite, like, comedy show. And it's on all the time in reruns now. So every time I turn on the TV, you can usually see Friends on somewhere. And so that's how I picture them. But then I saw them just recently, or, you know, fairly recently at, like, an interview or something. And I was like, who are those people? Because they looked, you know, 20, 30 years older, because Friends has been on for a long, long time. And I can't even believe that, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I used to watch that I remember when it first premiered on TV, the pilot came on and I watched it, and it became one of my go-to shows. And so, you know, now when you see how they are actually, you know, because time goes by and you're not frozen in time like on the, you know, cameras. Okay, I need to glue this down. It just shocks me every time I see people, actors, actresses, whatever, people that I grew up with, and see them now. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, they look so old. But then I think, oh my gosh, that means I look so old. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, if they look old, I'm just as old, because I'm, you know, along for the ride with them. So I got these little dots. Might as well use these. I'm going to just go like this so I don't have to cut them all out. Dot. Dot. There we go. Easy peasy. And now I'm going to make a bow for the top here. So let me move all this. I haven't made a bow in a long time. So I'm going to move this, grab this. I'm going to show you a different way to make a bow. I got 2 spools of whatever this is, ribbon. I liked this color because it kind of goes with it. And so I'm thinking, when we make a loop with it, it's going to be about that big, so that should be good. So you want to figure out how big of a loop you want. You can make it big or small. Since it's on a page, I'm going to make it kind of small. So the first one you're going to cut will be about that long. Then your second one that you're going to cut, the color that's going to go on top, you want it to be a little bit shorter. Not much shorter, but a little bit shorter. So let me move that. So let's cut it right about there. Let me see how long. So that one's that long. This one's this long, and I'm gonna just cut this off and make it a little bit nicer. It's not really gonna matter. Okay, so there's that. And then you want one more to be a little bit longer. I'll just go like that. We can always cut this one down. These you can't cut down because you're gonna loop them. I'll show you. Where'd my glue go? Okay, so you can use hot glue or any other kind of glue. I am just using my glue stick here because it's going to get tied, but I just need it to kind of stick for now. Hot glue gun would probably be best because it'll glue really well. Okay, maybe this won't stick. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. It's sticking to my fingers more than anything. So there's one loop. Here is the other loop. Come on. Stickity stick stick. And then I grabbed some twine. So you can grab another piece of ribbon, like maybe a thinner piece, twine. You can use, what are those, pipe cleaners. You can use thread if you have a pretty thread that you want to use. So I'm going to put this to the back, okay? And I'm going to put this to the back. So where I glued it, I'm going to put to the back. And then I'm going to squish these together. So I got my two loops here. Okay. Now I'm going to grab the scissors and I'm going to just kind of hold this there. I'm going to grab some twine. I'm just going to grab about that much. It just depends, you know, how much you want to work with. You can always cut it. I'm going to put the twine here. And I'm going to take one end, wrap it around, this end, wrap it around a couple times. And you're going to squeeze them tight. Because this is going to form your middle part that's going to hold your bow together. It's hard to do with one hand, I feel like. There we go. Okay. And then you're going to, so you want that in the middle. I'm going to just tie this really quick so it'll hold it for me, like in a little, kind of like, there we go. That'll hold it tight, like that. So I got two little loops on both sides. And then this is going to be the tail. So this, you're going to put in the back. And you're going to do the same thing. So this is going to hang down as tail. So I'm going to do the same thing with the twine. This is going to go around this way. This one's going to go around this way. And again, you're going to tie it in the back. Now you could have, if you have the hot glue gun or whatever, you can glue the tail to the back. I'm just going to use my twine, tie it. Twine to me is going to be easier to attach my paper clip to. So I have this string that I could attach my paper clip to. Okay, now let me see. So these I'm going to pull down as my tail. I made them long so I can like judge and cut. You can always cut it shorter, but you can't add more. So you might want to, and it would have been helpful if I kept this twine even on both sides. That would have been a lot easier to manipulate, but so I'm making a knot here in the back. Okay. And then again, fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. Make your bow the way you want it. It's harder to do when the bows are smaller, but I just wanted it to be on the page here. You can add a whole bunch of layers to this. If you wanted to add, 3 or 4 layers, if you have a bigger bow, you can add, more. So I'm going to cut the twine just right about here. Cut that off. Oh my. And then I'm going to cut on the bias, like on an angle, this little tail part. And on an angle, this little tail part. And again, I'm just fiddling. Let's throw all this away. I'll try to get that to the back, this to the front. Just a cute little bow. And then I'm gonna grab, I think I got these at like Office Depot or something, this whole big box of colored paper clips. So let's see, this blue should do good, or I could do green. I'll just do the blue. So with the end of your little, okay, I wanna shift this around to the back so you don't see it. I'm just gonna tuck it in here. And then get it all the way to the top and close this. And there we go. There's our little bow for the top of the page. Again, you can fiddle and make it however way you want it, but that's just an easy way to make a bow. I probably took way too long doing it, but and now of course I'm fiddling some more. But I'm going to just pop that at the top of the page. So I got my 2 little tails hanging, and that just as a page topper. And there we go. There is our page, y'all. Super simple, fun. So let me bring, ooh, you can't even see it. There, I put it at the top of my page. There we go. Let's bring it up close. There is the bow. And just some more napkin decoupage on this side. My soul waits. Bring me to my happy place, Lord. So again, we are in Psalm 61, 62, and 63. I used all these, but really, and actually, let me grab a colored pencil. Let's see what color. I'll just grab this blue. I am just going to highlight this part right here. My soul waits. I'm going to underline my soul waits right here, because this is the verse that I'm really focusing on. But again, I'm focusing on all this and how my soul thirsts for the Lord. And the Lord, gives us this great big ocean. Sometimes we feel, like it's just so vast. And that's kind of how I want my thirst for the Lord to be, like just this vast hunger of this, the big ocean, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. Makes sense to me, but yeah, something big and mighty and just never ending. It seems like when you look at it, it's like just never ending. So I don't know if that's why I love the ocean so much, or if it's just like a mystery to me, like what's all underneath it, this and that. Just the sound of it, just the vastness of it, the powerfulness of it. It reminds me of the Lord a lot. So when I am at the ocean, it does remind me a lot about the Lord. So there we go. My happy place. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope the weather will change and we'll get some sun and we'll get a little perkier, and our moods will uplift a little bit. But yeah, I will see you in the next video, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Bye.